1. It says we're live. We're live. It's Sam, Michael. Just coordinating website 1. Michael was just asking if after we've got this generic plan thing done. I guess the other thing that is maybe kind of important on the website 1 side is making sure that all the upgrade paths work for everything, and there's like, I mean, I think we've got to, as you mentioned before, like I think when Marianne upgraded, she wasn't clear about what she was upgrading to, and so on. And I think it's probably important that we're clear with people. I mean, I've just I've opened a pull request on the async bot, which is like basically created a whole you know, for all the stuff that's in the issues, like created a what's it called? The async bot, yeah, there, right. So I've now got a pull request in here. Well, that's failing anyway. But basically adds kind of a series of different user stories. I mean, similar to where we were at the beginning of the async voter project. And just to try and get like a backlog of stories up and voted on and so on. I mean, the key one is the supporting parallel votes, which I'd love to get onto. And I'd love to have it so that there was just sort of like a augmented support that meant that, you know, each project that was, you know, working sort of asynchronously was sort of prompted to vote every day or two, and, you know, votes would be sort of, you know, nudged along so that those things continued. But yeah, I think that definitely we want to get back to that. Hopefully what we will have in place is kind of a nice framework for the website 1 where the upgrade pathways are clear, the payments all sort of work, and, you know, that can just sort of be left there, and then we can be making the, you know, the community, doing more to support the community. So anyhow, so we've got this, the generic subscription plans. I think I've now got it passing. We've actually got a fixed issue on CodeClimate, but that's yes, we've removed one element that was not necessary. Oh right, that was from the plan thing. So given this is now all green, yeah. So I mean, the next steps for this. I mean, maybe creating tests to ferret out the remaining issues. It feels like in the subscriptions controller now that this can just, obviously that can just go. I think that there are other things. This plan name, that's now irrelevant, and so we can look for, find usages of that. So it is still being, it feels like that can be, we should be able to remove these now. It's being used, one in the plan class. Well, what are the usages for that? And then basically it's here to work out the template name for the email to send. Right, so we need the camel case. It's basically, so the plan name is basically giving us the camel case and it's working from Param's plan, and we set, this is all happening in the context of the create operation. So in principle, if the plan name there could be replaced with @plan.name, and I don't know if we have a snake case operator in Rails. I think we might do.
So
go on.
That would necessitate that we actually that we put templates in, right?
Well,
the way that you're setting it up right now.
The way this one is working for, well, we already have those templates in the mailer. I mean, we could be saying that we want to collapse them down to just have one rather than.
Right. So my question with regards to, I guess the ultimate end goal of this feature, right,
Mhm.
is to enable us. This is how I envisioned it.
Right, right.
Maybe this is wrong.
Go on.
Is to enable you to roll out a plan idea
Mhm.
and basically just have a link
Mhm.
that you could point people to
Mhm.
that would explain everything to them and let them sign up for it. And you
Mhm.
wouldn't have to touch the code base at all. It would just all be administrative
Yeah,
work, like in the app or in the database or whatever.
yeah. It would specifically we would add the thing in the database. We would add the appropriate things in the payment
That's the
endpoints, and then
that's the long-term goal, right? It's just to
yeah,
reduce it to some administrative overhead
absolutely,
rather than a coding overhead. But
indeed,
this right here hard codes
yes,
certain template dependencies.
it does. And so yeah, actually, maybe it's better to
I'm not saying that.
go on.
I mean, we may want to make compromises in the shorter term
Yeah.
and say, well, we have to set up,
Mhm.
you know.
Well, we're in the process of refactoring, but I think
Yeah.
actually probably here, rather than tying ourselves in knots to get the thing,
A proper.
the plan name there. Yeah, actually, it's probably we can probably remove some of these templates because they are very similar. And in fact, I think what that points me towards is probably in the subscription views. Now that we're using Create, I don't think we need any of these four
Yeah, I don't think we need them.
pages anymore. I think in principle, we can
I think
delete those.
that was my intent, was to
Right, right.
get rid of them so that we wouldn't have to put templates in for every
Yeah. So now it is.
plan.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we could do there is we could just quickly run the premium tests.
And
Uh,
we actually have in local support, we have the code that someone wrote to let the client write emails, right? To
oh
change
yeah,
the
yeah,
wording of
yeah.
the emails.
Indeed, indeed.
So in principle, we can move to that
Yeah.
to
Ultimately,
where the plan emails are customizable administratively
through the
rather than
interface.
administratively rather than
Yes.
through
Yeah.
GitHub.
Yeah. Your what is it called? Your modem seems to be
Oh,
going every hour again now. Is it?
yeah, let me turn that off.
Thanks. Hey, Sage.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, so yeah, we're just working on this website one feature where we are working at the moment. People can sign up for various plans through the website, and then of course we come up with ideas for new plans, and we're trying to make it so that basically we can just come up with the idea of the plan, stick the plan in the database, and a couple of payment endpoints, and we don't have to make any changes in the code in order for that to all work. And we've got it basically working, and I think the test's passing, and we're just sort of trying to clean up now, sort of refactor out the stuff that we don't need in this here is the subscriptions control that manages all of the subscriptions for our system. So we've just removed the templates that now are replaced with this single generic template that auto inserts the plan name, and things are looking kind of greenish. The thing I was just thinking is that what I'm aware of is that our acceptance tests may miss some issues, and I was just thinking of going into the Rails console and creating the plans locally that should exist. Yes. So we've got. I think also we added the costs of the plans in there. Just see that's looking kind of green, being a bit slow. So here, let's just have a look at all of. Let's increase the size of this a bit. So let's have a look at the plans. Yeah, oh, all right, interesting. I guess I migrated with that of. I'm surprised. I thought I had just created one. Anyway, so let's create a plan, and the name is premium. And I guess I dropped it. Yeah, I would have dropped the table, wouldn't I? Yep. And then the stripe identifier is going to be premium. The other thing that I haven't checked on this is we've got the free trial aspect of it as well. I think we've got free trial, and that should be true. And then now we've also got the amount, and that should be like so. Yes. So we've got our initial plan in there. Look there, yeah, that's all green. So yeah, certainly see if we can do without those templates. And I'm running the server already. And so if we go and have a little look, see over, this is all the live servers. I'm looking here, well, it doesn't matter, we'll go to localhost on this one. And have a look, see on here. And so if we go to subscriptions, new for this one, it should default and work for, so we've got premium. So yes, this all looks as it has done before. And we've got, I guess I won't worry about too much about going in through those in the non-logged in state. What I just want to check, I guess, is that I want to get all of the different plans in there. So we've got the premium, so the other ones, I think it's with the database migration here is I kind of like to store this set of data to be with it, have it ready to inject it into the production server when we need it. And we've learned from sort of previous issues that we shouldn't add this into the migrations themselves. And then there's the question of where does it go? We could have a one-off rake task that sort of does this injection. That seems to be the kind of the recommendation. I guess I will sort of by if I just take a record of these 4 insertions, then I will have components plus so. And so basically from, you know, if I just, I'll just knock those into a text document over here. So I've got them. That's the 4 plans. Yeah, so I could create a rake task that would just run these chunks of code on the production server when I'm ready. That is those are the 4 legacy plans, so to speak. So
yeah, as I was discussing, it might make sense to split out the migrations.
Yeah.
And put in the accompanying rake task with that pull request, and then migrate it, and then run the data and make sure everything worked.
Yeah.
Everything seems to work before we then pull in the actual code itself and switch over.
Yeah. Yeah. Although it's kind of the frequency with which people are signing up for plans makes the risk relatively low, assuming that we've done a successful test on the staging server. But anyway, so we're all green. Having removed those templates has not been a problem. We can just check now. So plan, if we look at premium mob, that should now say that now. That's I thought I had.
You have to change you're gonna have to change the template.
I thought I had already. Yeah, let me go and look at. So we've got the template here is create
free trial.
I've got if plan free trial. Question mark. I guess it's maybe not being. Oh, wait a sec. I think that's okay. That may be a legacy because previously the plan had. Well, this is the. Well, there's 2 things. I mean, I think we probably need other tests in place. This is the create thing. That's actually after it's been created. We've got the new template. So I've got if plan free trial there, and see, it should be at this point only displaying that if the plan has got a free trial, and I just created it in here. If we now do plan all, that's interesting. Okay, right. Okay, I've set up free trial as being an integer rather than Boolean. So, because it's like number of days.
Right.
So, I mean, the trivial thing there is, I mean, this makes
trial period or something would probably be a better name.
Yeah.
Free trial length or something.
Yeah, free trial length. Yeah, it would be better. I guess I'm tempted just to hack this in to see if it does what I think it. Because I have mixed feelings about the presence of the free trial, whether that's been confusing or useful. Yeah. Okay. Now, and then if the price is wrong as well. Okay, there we go. And so that needs to be this here. See, now we could have tests for all of these things, and I guess, yeah, oh dear, I need to format it for, okay, so we've got Rails.
Double digit format, right?
Yeah. Does Rails have there's a number, is there a number helper? Can I just do number to currency?
Oh, they actually have that?
Yeah, I think they have a helper called number.
I was going to say sprintf or something, probably.
Right.
It's the old C libraries.
Yeah. What's it going to do? It's still divide it. You still need to divide it. Here we go. And I think actually that's, I mean, that would have potentially broken the, what's it called? The Stripe thing, because it needs to, I think it's not the Stripe thing, the PayPal one. There we go. But it's stuck with dollar in there as well, which we don't want. And I guess.
So it did break the Stripe one?
No, the Stripe doesn't. It gives it in like pennies rather than.
Okay. And the PayPal we're not actually completely testing.
I think there's. Yeah, no, we're not.
We're not actually hitting that endpoint, or maybe we are.
No, we're just checking the presence of the form at the moment.
Wasn't there something where you actually checked that it was getting the callback from PayPal?
I'm checking that I simulate the kind of callback coming back in, if you know what I mean.
Integration test.
Yeah. It tests that it comes back with the right, like, but it's sort of, it's not checking the outgoing thing to the PayPal endpoint. It's just checking for the presence of the form, and then I've got manual tests on that at the moment. There we go. So that's what it all should. So all those little bits and pieces, we've now got little elements in there. I guess that if I go and all of those things that I've just done, they kind of correspond to things that I want to be pulling out of the charge activity, which is I want to have a thing here where we do subscribe self to premium mob, and I wonder if this ends up getting us a little bit kind of far off field for the. I guess I can just. See, I'm tempted here. So for this premium mob here, is to have the accompanying tests. But for all of these things, and I'm tempted to like pull in the PayPal ones. I guess sensibly, I comment those out for the moment in order to keep our focus. narrow. I'm not sure. I mean, it's a side effect of having moved the template over. We've now got, in principle, we've got support for the oh god, what are they called? The PayPal endpoint for the other kinds of plans.
Right. Yeah.
And I guess here, subscribe yourself to premium mob feature. And I guess if we're being really rigorous with ourselves, I should be adding tests for those elements. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it shouldn't be subscriptions new, should it? It should be subscriptions new (plan equals premium mob. Definitely start to think about, particularly now that we have the plan as a active record entity, I do start to think about nested routes being kind of cleaner, but again, one thing at a time. Okay, and that's there. I think I'm getting those errors here because this. So we've got free trial. That's 0. Yeah. Like you say, that would make more sense to be free trial length. This is testing the. Okay, so then I've got, these ones need to be premium mob again. Which, and premium mob there just has the, I guess I could be, since I'm stating that, this could be completely dried out, couldn't it? So that it works exclusively with the information in the thing here. But so potentially we can then remove. Oops! Don't do that. What was that? We can remove that test from there. Okay. And then, so we've got an issue here when it goes through and it tries to be rejected under the method name for nil class. So there's some error in there. It always seems like the most effective way to test this is just, so this is when we see this, we know it's kind of like, I mean, I guess we've got the issue now that actually anytime it fails, there's kind of it's going to give a nasty error to the user, because in the controller,
in the controller, we're looking for the plan name, right?
Well, yeah, but now when it does this redirect to new subscription path,
Yep.
I don't know. It's supposed to automatically pull the premium one out. I mean, I guess if someone was on the premium plan,
you push it with the plan. You have the plan, right?
So the plan well, I mean, unless the error occurred earlier. I mean, so this could have.
Oh, unless the error occurred in the user.
We just like name or like so. But so let's run that one there. Your audio is very noisy for some reason today, Michael. It's got a lot of kind of hiss on it.
Really?
Yeah. I might just try coming in and out of the Hangout. Maybe it's my side.
It might be my side.
It sounds like it's your side, Sam. I only hear it when you're speaking.
Do you hear me?
You are very clear, Michael.
Okay. Hello, Sam?
Hey.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Any better or no?
Still kind of like when you talk, it's fine, and then when you finish talking, there's kind of like a afterwards. But
yeah, it sounds like it's feedback on. Oh, there it was on his side. It's sometimes appearing on either one, I guess, but I think the interaction between you two.
Right. Do you want to just try reloading the Hangout for yourself, Michael?
Sure. I have. So right now I'm actually on my Windows machine, so that's probably the cause of it. It's got less. It's not. I don't know. The MacBook has some kind of better filtering of how it has speakers, but I'll be back.
So we've got. This is all working. Is it gonna? So we said we created the Stripe. So somehow creating the Stripe customer has caused the problem. Can I see what the error message is there? Oh no, the error message is correct. The card was declined. Okay, and I think it may just be that. Okay. So the card was declined. We got the error message, which actually, in this case, that's what we want to see.
How's it now?
Yeah, that's an improvement, I think.
Okay.
So I think we're getting. I think that we're getting the error that we expect to see, but then for some reason it's not appearing in the flash on that we still got their undefined method name for nil class in new HTML ERB. Oh, I think I know what it is. So we're redirecting to the new subscription path. So it comes in here in the new, and I thought what I just did here, this would at least give it like a default. It would give it like a default value, so that when we ended up at this point.
Yeah, you think it would, but it's not.
For some reason, yeah. Let's. So if we look here at this point, plan is this, and so plan.try name is premium mob. Okay. But what it needs to be, rather than the name, it needs to be the Stripe identifier or third-party identifier. Yeah. So that's there. That's that. Why has that got a little complaining thing about it? What are you complaining about? Why don't you like that? Okay. Right. I think that might work. Okay. What Matt was saying before about wanting to stick with Cucumber and or Aspect, I do find myself driving from Cucumber a lot, and I feel like what I will start using Aspect so previously when I extracted this service, is having got this doing what I want, is I'll then subsequently be extracting other elements and then working purely on them. Is kind of what feels quite comfortable. Okay, so that's worked. There, and so we end up with. I could, let's see with these things. It's getting. I mean, I'm sort of tempted to put these in because, by virtue of the way we've changed the template, I mean, as we can see here, when you go to Premium Mob, unlike before, you now do get a thing. We see actually that the wording is wrong there. And is there an argument that we should be, I was like, visually check and fix those. Should we be expanding that already somewhat verbose tests to be checking that exactly all of the wording is correct and in the right places and so on? And I don't know that I can justify that in my mind. But so if we go back to the, no, this will be the new thing. In these boxes, they're saying, oh, it's action text. And the action text, okay. So that needs to now, the action text needs to actually fall back to this, and then in the actual, yeah, it's action text and then plan name. Action text. And so this page, get premium mob via, yeah, okay. Okay. And we could ask.
And then the other thing on there is the further details link, right?
And I think I fixed that. It's going to premium mob, but it needs to be snake case.
Right.
And they also like what the actual URLs are of those pages.
So the process of deploying will be set up the database, set up the Stripe, set up a wiki with the snake case name.
Yeah. Snake case on that. So. No, there's no snake case method. No, that seems like, why isn't there a, I thought there was a Rails snake case method. Oh, it's they call it underscore. I don't know if it will actually do what I want in this situation. The failure there. There we go. And then further deals. No, it doesn't do what I want. I think it's going to have just to geez. The first instance. Annoying logic in the underscore in it. And we've had an error there. When PayPal updates our endpoints. Okay, so that's okay. Okay. So there, that's a lack of the. We're gonna need like 4 premium mob. Premium mob. Okay. So that's that might fix that. I was going to look at here. What is this now linking to? I'm still not getting there. That's gonna. It's still got a space in it. Did I not save that file? New. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of little bits and pieces to kind of clear up. And then, as you rightly mentioned, Michael, there's all the emails could be made generic, and I think that in the plans there's different wording that we have based upon whether it's
for an individual or for a company or
an individual organization. Yeah, absolutely. So that's on. Got some issue there. Create HTML line 8. So that's the point at which it's coming back in and it's been done. And so it's funny, it gets okay there. So somehow it's failed to hit the right part of the line. I've got to go, but can we just quickly debug this and work out why this is not working on this particular test? Okay, we're in here, and the params are so it's coming back in with premium mob, and what I expect. And then if I step into there, right. So it needs the, it's interestingly, it needs the same operation there, and that's a good indicator that that should be pulled out into the class itself. But the same thing that I just stuck in the, where was it? Was it in new? Yeah, exactly the same thing that I just stuck in there is also needed in the subscription controller in the, so let's get rid of that and get into the text plan. Is needed here. I think that test will pass. I hope it will, because I've got to go. T. No, really. Okay, well, I think I've got to stop there. For some reason, that's not doing quite what I expect. What I'm going to do is swap. And then premium. Yeah. So if you want to carry on kicking that around, Michael, be my guest. Looks like Matt's also started a website one session. If you want to do that, I better go off to my premium thing. Maybe see you tomorrow. You're muted at the moment. Sage, I don't know if that was interesting or enlightening.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Well, I'm just about to go off. I'll see you guys real soon. Bye for now.
All right, bye.